Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
hey, bro.
Yep. And then you told me,
And you didn't do it.
and I didn't do it. I thought I
No, you
did.
didn't.
I didn't push down hard enough.
You did not. You did not. You did not. Hello, 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 you beautiful gems, you. How are you guys? We have our beautiful, wonderful house host. Angie is in the house. Tiffany, Mosaic, Witchy. What's up, my beautiful people? Tiffany, Tina. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I got everybody. Hi, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. It is Wednesday. I don't know if Amanda's live, and if Amanda's live, then Maruda will not be here tonight. So we're just gonna give it a few minutes, see if Maruda comes in. If not, we will get us a list keeper, and we will start rocking out. Hi, my beautiful Rossi. Hey, are you available? If Maruda's not for list keeper placeholder tonight, Rossi? How was your day at work today? I hope everybody had a good day. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, and so far, well, guess what? We have made it through 100% that everything that life and karma threw at us, and we made it through. So we're here, we're halfway through the week. We're going to do some shadow checks tonight. I am going to actually check your subconscious shadow, and Thomas is going to do something he hasn't done in a very long time. He is going to do your past, present, and future. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, we have not done the Wacky Wednesday crazy ball in a minute to where we both are doing two completely different things. So, welcome to Wednesday. My voice is a little off, y'all. I've been forgetting my thyroid medicine, and today my voice is clearly off. So, whew, I did see a me in there.
That was
We
Tiffany.
will give it, yeah, we'll give it a few more minutes, and definitely start putting those me's in there if you want to get on tonight's Wednesday window check-in. They
I
look
am
and sound great.
enjoying.
I am having hair day.
I am enjoying peace and quiet. About 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was sleeping so good in the bedroom. The smoke detector went off, and it didn't shut off. Um, I put in a maintenance request, and they finally got here, and it wasn't just a case of a battery going bad. They switched out the smoke detector unit entirely. So 11 hours of hearing beep, beep, beep at, 120 decibels.
That
So
would
I
have
had
drove
to
me
let Rhonda
nuts.
outside because it was hurting his ears.
Well, I'm glad Ron made it through. So we got
What?
an update on the kittens today. So Chloe got spayed today, and she is back home with her um mommy, and Binks hasn't been neutered yet, but I do believe he is on the list. Everything went good. They're doing good. They're getting huge. Chloe has a boyfriend, and I believe Binks has a girlfriend that had kittens prior to him, and he has accepted the kittens. So he's like a little stepdaddy to kittens. So they're doing good for everybody that has followed their story. there is your update on Binks and Chloe. They are doing so good and so big. Oh my God. Like every time I see the pictures, they just continued to be this little cute little baby. And today, seeing them just mm, this big old gorgeous gray cat, and I'm like, wow, wow, she got big quick, and she's just this gorgeous gray and just gorgeous. She's beautiful. I did see a
Oh,
list, so
yeah,
let me
we
grab
got
that.
5 already.
Rossi, you're the bomb diggity, Rossi. All right, so Thomas, can you read who is on that list?
Well, Tiffany starts it out.
Okay,
Tiffany, Angie, Trista, Mo, and Crystal. We have our
okay,
first 5.
all right.
Tiffany, you ready for your past, present, future? So your past, we drew the 5 of swords. So you've had some battles and some conflicts in your past that have created a little drama in your life. And uh, what's the name of that series? Arrested Development. Um, Nothing really earth shattering, but since it was you, it was totally personal, and you took the things to heart. Your present is the 4 of Cups in reverse. So instead of being upright and apathetic, with the 4 cups in reverse is that um, you're on the lookout for opportunities, and when you see those opportunities, if you want, you go out and reach for them and bring them into your life. Uh, doesn't mean that you're not discerning and taking every opportunity that comes your way, but the ones that you want to explore, you absolutely reach out for and explore your potential in the opportunity. And your future is Major Arcana 20, Judgment. And what the Judgment card says is the end. It's, you're getting ready for the end. It's not the World card for you, but you take a look back at your life and you assess things. Just um, don't do don't be too hard on yourself for um, you know regrets, because we only act on the information that we have available to us at that point in time. So sometimes we wish that maybe we would have taken that opportunity to do that one special thing. But you may have had, life gets in the way of things sometimes. You do have other commitments to take care of. So don't judge yourself too harshly, because there is an audience of the entire world to judge you. And really, if you can ignore their judgment, you know, judge yourself on your heart's basis. Don't let the world bring you down for something you really couldn't have helped in your life. And that's what we have for the past, present, future read.
Well, so there's only one card that's actually even kind of like perplexing me over here, right? And it ain't even like it's a behoovement of a perplex, but it is like, so I feel like this is a consistent thing for you, right? So the Knight of Swords in reverse, in I think what it's telling me in this situation is that although this knight is always coming in hot and heavy, in the reverse position, this one is not necessarily the mistake, but he could be the lesson for the king that proves that not all knights are meant to be a king. Now, I'm not saying that that doesn't mean that you don't deserve the crown. What I'm saying is that sometimes we have to learn the hard way and we make a bunch of mistakes. Sometimes intentional, and sometimes it doesn't matter if we're walking our best ever, we are going to fall in a pile of shit every damn time. If it is meant to fall through our fingers, it won't ever land in our hand. It becomes water and goes through. We can't catch it, right? We can't hold it no matter how hard we try. So, there is something that is a huge staple for you because the energy they paired it with is the Ankh, right? So, like I said, it's not that you're not meant for this type of crown, this type of energy, this deserving acknowledgement of knowing that you are worthy. You have to seemingly work it out the hard way. But there is something on the other side of this that you always gain, right? You always gain strength in a way that it comes from your grandmother, right? So we have bear paired with strength. Both of them represent strength as it is. The bear in Lenormand represents protection at one of the highest levels you can get it. And for me, that's also grandmother energy. But then you also have strength here too. And it's not that short term strength that you just do it one time and done. No. Do you see your what is it card? It's not a is it a Carduceus or whatever the infinity symbol here that's going on? This is long-term strength that you gain from learning stuff the hard way. Some of us are just built to accept that our life is meant to be not so easy peasy. Yeah, we got to do it the hard way. Yeah, I'm going to learn, but I'm not going to stop until I get to prison. True life story. What I'm saying is just some of us are built with a little bit more strength, but it takes us more motivation to get our locomotive kind of going. So you do have a fox and the henhound kind of situation going on in your private life. So that was the third thing I was kind of looking at in this shadow check here. Um, the fox is it's only meant to take one at a time though, right? It can't carry more than one because it takes a chance of getting caught. Pay attention to them small little things because not only can a fox be very sly and slick and you may not recognize them for who they can also be in your face and be calm, cool, and the coolest motherfucker you know. So be very cautious when it comes to a fox because they are sneaky and they're just a fox for a reason. So pay close attention because they're not gonna take a bunch. They're not gonna make it obvious. They will take a little bit at a time. That way they don't get caught. So keep going. You're doing great. Your roots look really good. They were in the upright position and you got anchor paired with them. So everything looks really good. Just beware. It doesn't even seem like a blind spot. Just keep focusing and keep working that yeah, it's going to be done the hard way, but you are going to gain something much stronger on the other side of it. It's not a consequence, but it is a hell of a lesson sometimes. And that's what I've got for you.
So the infinity symbol is the limnoscape, if I remember right.
Lemniscate. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I should have just said infinity symbol. I don't know why I tried to get fake with it.
Well, it's reminiscent of the eight, and Bible symbology is, you know, the earth was created in 6 days, seventh day was rest, and eight
Uh-huh.
is, you can't think of eight because it's beyond what you know.
Right. This is true. All right, bro. Who's next on the list?
We have Angie. Angie's past, present, future uh, starts with the Ace of Cups. So in the past, I believe that Angie might have been um, quite emotional, especially starting off with new adventures. So I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it was excitement or trepidation or just unease going into the unknown. But sometimes we got to be that fool and step off the cliff and just put it in your your higher source's hands that everything's going to turn out right. So I hope that you've gotten over those fears or apprehensions from that. Your present is the Three of Pentacles. So you've made your plans to set up your household surroundings uh, and possessions that you have. And so you're deeply entrenched in this American culture of um, um, um what's the word I'm looking for? You're you're into things. You're into the um, material goods around you, and that's okay when you're young. But once you start getting to I would say as early as 30, you need to start planning for your retirement because I didn't. And, now I'm paying for it since I'm on a fixed income from the government. I didn't save and have a nest egg. So I'm getting just what Medicare will give me each month. But I think you take care of it because your future is the Six of Pentacles. And if you know anything about the Six of Pentacles, that's our charity card. So when you have that financial security or just a little extra, I mean, it doesn't have to be an extravagance. Um, you are there to help your fellow man, fellow family, fellow chosen family with a little bit of a financial bump. If you're enjoying something, you share it with others. Because you don't want to be alone going to Disney World or whatever it is that you do. But charity, you need to recognize that don't be taken advantage of by other people. Don't let them continually come up short and rely on you to fix everything. So don't be Miss Save a Ho um, for anybody. What's yours is yours, and what you have to give to charity, you give freely and without the strings. So keep it up. And that's what I have for your past, present, future, Angie.
So as soon as I started I felt the presence of not necessarily I think you have sometimes we get comfortable, right? We get comfortable in knowing that, we've done just enough, right? We may not be doing enough by their book. It doesn't kind of go like that, right? We have to do everything equally, right? So you this specifically because you show up in the read, right? Girl shows up, and it shows up paired with magic, right? So when you think about it being paired with the magical tool, a cauldron goes in more than one way. It's a tool that can be used for wet or dry. Um, you can do so many things with it, right? It's almost always fire, right? So when you think about it almost always being paired with the element of fire, because that's what gets that good old cast iron steel going, right? Gets it either burning if you've crushed it all up and now you're ready to turn it into an incense, or maybe you're melting wax because you're creating a candle, or maybe you're literally making some kind of witch's brew, right? You're always gonna want to associate the element of transformation with fire when you pair it with cauldron. With it being tied directly to you, there is something that you literally could not be seeing for what it is. But the fact that they paired both of these cards to Seven of Wands and Tower tells me that you feel like you are having to defend yourself up against something or someone, right? It's you against all of them. It's you being king of the hill. It's you always feeling like you need to defend yourself for some reason. They paired it with tower, so it's sometimes not meant for you to control. Sometimes this tower is going to trump that seven, and it's going to take your feet right from under you, and you're going to land on your booty, and you're going to be having no choice but to look up. I would never in a million years, as not only just a shadow reader, but as a subconscious reader, would I ever have anyone skipping to a tower moment. There's so many options for us to make changes when it comes to truly breaking down and finding yourself, not only in just a tarot deck, but in divination itself, right? It's knowing that there are these tools that are always going to be there for us, right? But when we aren't balancing out every single part of our spirituality, our journey, our growth, right? We aren't moving out the old so that the new can come in. Without that kind of adjustments being made, then it doesn't seem like the benefits are worth it sometimes, right? Seems like we're doing all the work all the time. But sometimes the universe steps in and says, stop. With this tower literally blocking this seven, I think this is the universe's way of saying you didn't necessarily uh, cause this tower, but you need this tower because you need to see that you're not needing to defend yourself so much anymore, right? So if they force you to get on an even level with yourself, you can rebuild you the way you want to be seen, the way you want to be loved, touched, understood, felt, talk, seen, whatever, all of it. You get to have and display your art the way you see it, where you want it, how you want it, not how someone else said it needs to look, right? You can put windows anywhere you want to put windows. You can put doors on the ceiling. You could staple your chair to the ceiling and have one of them upside down rooms if you want to. Why? Because you want to be seen as someone that has personality and depth and a way to be unconventional sometimes, because life doesn't always fit into conventional. So this, I do believe, is an opportunity for you to understand that. So overall, the energy of all of this is paired with house in reverse next to book, but it's also paired with coffin, right? This coffin is about literally forcing yourself to do a purge on your life, not necessarily a physical death. But if you don't purge your life with understanding that you cannot bring anything from yesterday into tomorrow, That's the kind of freedom that sets you free, and it also sets you up for something completely right now impossible for you to reach because it's impossible, right? Well, that's yesterday's thoughts. You have to get ready for tomorrow's thoughts, tomorrow's blessing, and that has nothing to do with anything from yesterday. Unfortunately, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. So make sure that you literally put down your wand. Literally, you don't need it. You don't need it. You're not defending yourself. You don't have to worry about keeping the high ground here. There's something else bigger at play. Let go, let it happen, and then absolutely know that the putting yourself back together is going to be the blessing you never saw coming because everything you thought was impossible is going to be made very possible for you. And that's what I've got for you.
And Magic with Moonlight joined us. Congratulations on winning Hershey's giveaway the other day.
Yeah, hi. Hey, everybody.
Trista
Thank
is
you, my
next.
beautiful goddess. Before we take off, I just want to do my little in between. My beautiful Risa put my disclaimer up, so you guys pay attention. Just know that we absolutely love you. Reach out to us. We both do private reads outside of here. Um, you can make donations to the channel. You can make personal donations to us both. Um, if you have any questions, if you need any links, even if it's not mine, even if it's a link to another channel, just get with one of the moderators. They will help you. Angie is our house hostess. If you need a link to anything, if she does not have it, she can lead you to the moderator that can get it for you. If you have personal questions but you don't want to read, feel free to ask almost anybody in blue on my channel. And if you think that you just want to reach out to someone because you like their name or their vibe or their energy, you want to say hi to them, reach out to them, say hi to them. On this channel, it's all about reach one, teach one. Laughter is healing. We talk a lot of shit. We say a lot of cursey words and we stay lifted and we try to help each other remember that we are loved and we are blessed, even when we cannot see it or even when we have no idea what our next step is because we don't have a clue how to move into the unknown yet. So just know you are not alone. We see you and we love you for the gem that's inside of you. Okay, now who's next?
And Trista is next, but
Huh?
these readings are for entertainment purposes only. We have to say that for YouTube. If it resonates with you, go ahead and take it. If it doesn't, you've got free will, and you know it's not meant for you. Don't even make it an action item on your to-do list. Uh,
Victor, I messaged you back to FYI on Discord.
so for Trista, her past, present, future. Um, in the past, I think Trista's had a problem with balance in her life, her work balance, because of the Two of Pentacles. You know, juggling those two pentacles within the lemniscape, and that just says your work life, personal balance needed some adjusting because it was a struggle for you to do that because you're balancing on one foot, you know, maybe um, doing things for your family or being the one that they're burdening you with their problems, and you got problems of your own. You don't need to be constantly called on to solve everybody's problems. Your present is the Ace of Wands, so this is a promise to yourself to find your passion. Now, I don't know what your passion is, whether it's reading or crocheting or quilting or, um, driving food for Meals on Wheels or um, giving tours at the local museum. Whatever your passion is, this is the time in life to find that passion and, um, you know, give your whole heart to it because now you don't have quite the problems with work and home life balance because you've overcome that and your future is all about balance. We have Temperance and she's doing that juggling thing too with the balls um instead of the pentacles. So the Temperance just reminds us not to go overboard in any one area of our life, lest it become an addiction for you. Some addictions are good. Um, some addictions have health consequences, though. So make sure that you keep everything in that temperance balance, so you don't go overboard in one area or another and take it to the unhealthy spot. And that's what I have for you, Trista. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. I think that's the first time I've read for you.
I had to take a double take real quick. So first and foremost, like pat yourself on the back, right? Never, hardly ever, literally, maybe once on a Wednesday do I get spreads like this. And it's usually when it comes from someone that is here every Wednesday. They are journaling, they are taking notes, they are paying attention, they are making big changes in that subconscious and that trauma mind and that trauma body. And it shows. So for it to just jump right out of literally one, two, three, four, 5 different decks. I am not kidding you. I was only gonna pull from a couple of different decks. No, I'm like, nah. There's got to be something somewhere. Pull another one, different deck. Nah, what? Nah, something right. Pull another one. Nah, what? What? Pull another one. Literally the very last card, I get one thing and it ain't even like it's just anything for real. It's just like, I'll shape my nails and it'll be okay. I'm just gonna manifest that and I'm gonna wash that right out of my hair and it's gonna be all right. Literally. So, first and foremost, you have the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Swords coming in together. This isn't just a victory. This is you accepting the victory for what is going on in your life. Even though it may be small, you have had enough that you are literally moving on. You are no longer going to tie yourself to the energy of even knowing that you could keep the land you won the battle on, but it's not worth it. There is something much bigger, much better for you, and it's somewhere else down the road. It is not here, it is not now. So, what I need you to understand is that, for one, kudos. But on top of that, when I asked about what's going on in that magic hands of yours, I get Hat and Moon, right? Hat and Moon is telling me that not only are you actively practicing what you say, you keep your word. Your action is consistent with what your mouth says. You're not just one of them that make their mouth say something and their ass ain't got no follow through. No, you literally will put your witch's hat on, grab your broom, and say, okay, what energy am I removing? Or what kind of family am I blessing? Or where do I need to help someone that can't help themselves? Where can I put something that I know I have inside of me to good use at? You are actively out there practicing what you preach, so to speak. You get the 3-leaf clover. Now, for the most part, people be like, nah, 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 it needs to be 4. And you're going to say, but without the 3, there could never be 4. Wow, right? It takes thousands, millions, billions of 3s to protect the very slight few that come out to be 4s. Them 4s have to be protected, and you are one of those protecting soldiers that know there is something that is blessed for everyone. I'm not for everyone. I'm for those I connect with. So I'm okay with my 3. I'm not being a copycat because I'm going to be my own color. This is a red 3-leaf clover. How many fields do you see red 3-leaf clovers growing in? Not very damn many. But when you see one, you're going to want to pick it. I know, right? You're gonna wanna pick it. That is the most unique one ever. That's gotta be better than a 4. No, it's not better than a 4. Equal to a 4 because it's as unique and as lucky because the person that found it. So it's very lucky that the universe said, just go one step over and bam, there it was, right? That's you to the people that you are drawn to, but you're not for everybody, right? So you are that one tree in the woods that everyone else walks by until that one person can't walk anymore because they're exhausted and they didn't walk past you. They took advantage of the tree that keeps you safe and shaded. You're cooling off that person that's volcanically blowing up because maybe their life just fell apart and you're just the calmness that they need to bring them back down. With that being said, we're going to jump over here and we're going to go back over into this tarot a little bit and we're going to jump right into the 7 of coins. For the most part, when the 7 of coins for me pops up, it tells me to tell you to be still. This is your looking in the mirror self, making sure that right now don't judge yourself, be patient, be very still because that 8 is right there. You can see it. You have already went through the 6, the 5, that greedy ass 4. You found out in 3 there was a possibility of wealth, maybe, or at least some kind of monetary gain, and that was all promised to you in 1 and 2 when you figured out how to remove the distraction so that you could keep juggling. You've worked for this moment, so you earned this moment, and it's blessed by a king, right? Not just any king. This is the king mentality that is going to keep you going for a long time. And this king comes with the energy of the Ankh. So just understand that this kingship energy, this is a fellowship that was blessed from something much higher and much wiser than what we are right here and right now. And that's what I've got for you.
So, when my mom got tired of me being in the house, she would send me outside to go find 4-leaf clovers.
Uh-huh.
And and more often than not, I could find one.
Uh-huh.
And later, after she had to go into the nursing home, brother and sister-in-law had to clean out her house and found her Bible, and they found hundreds of 4-leaf clovers pressed in between pages of her Bible. So she kept
Are
them.
you fucking kidding me? That's kind of beautiful, honestly. She kept them. Then wow. I think that's kind of beautiful, honestly. I don't know. There's something kind of wonderful in that. All
I,
right, who's
I,
next, Brother Thomas? And again,
um,
thank you, anybody and everybody that's here. Thank you, thank you.
Mo is next, and I wish I didn't know so much about you, Michelle, um, because oh my God, you got 3 major arcana cards for your past, present, future. So you're
Oh,
so
hold on, I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. You are. Woo, it's hot up in here. Woo, okay, okay, okay,
so we
okay.
we start out with justice for your past. So you're all about splitting fairly with your siblings, and when you had to split something up, you'd cut the cake fairly. You wouldn't cut a big piece and a little piece and a little piece. Uh, and how it was in our family is, um, one person did the cutting, but the other brother got to do the choosing of which piece they got. So that kept us, I mean, keeping it pretty fair between ourselves. Um, so with that balance of that justice, and fairness and equilibrium, um, I think that when the boat got rocked, um, it was a very uncomfortable place for you. That you liked, um, things calm and peaceful, and um, you chose your excitement when you wanted to get excited about things. You didn't want things sprung upon you. Your present is the moon, and like I said, I wish I didn't know you so well, because I'm watching you every week come into your powers and your intuition and your questioning, and your brilliant questions on, why this and why that. And you I can tell you have a very analytical mind, and um, intuition doesn't come easy for you, but I see you letting loose, and letting your intuition help guide you more and more. And Mo, how many times have we ended up with this being your final outcome? Number three, Empress. And I know that you're a number three, um, numerically. So that Empress is who you're going to become. At one with the Earth, Mother Gaia, Mother Nature, um, being very fruitful in whatever endeavor that you do. And so that's what I have for you, Mo, for your past, present, future. Or she's going to take it away. Rossi's called for last call. There's one spot left. Thank you, Rossi, for being
I
our
need to read this
moderator.
one offline. I I'm almost kind of glad you're my roommate. Yeah, I'm not gonna read this online. Sorry. I'm give me a second. Bro, kind of hold it down just a few minutes there, okay? Be
Okay.
right back. Just give me a minute, guys.
Yeah, sometimes we come across some very, personal information, or something that's going to hit kind of hard, and we don't want to ever air your dirty laundry, uh, out for public consumption. But most of you have been hanging in here, uh, with us these last couple of years, and it's so great that you come back and keep wanting to work on your shadow work, because it is an extremely hard thing for a lot of people to do. Takes courage, and you bless us by coming back week after week and giving us support and hitting the thumbs up. Hershey's got like 10 people left. I know that you're all subscribers to Hershey, but if on the off chance that you're not, go ahead and subscribe, and that'll get her one more closer to 800. So she's at 790. The last time I checked, I think that was just yesterday. Um, if you want to support either one of us, that is fine and dandy. There's some people that we've banned from supporting us for a while because they keep on blessing us over and over. I'm getting really landlocked and itchy, so any extra things support that I can get, I will be putting towards uh, going on another cruise. Um, I don't know when it'll be, but I'm just uh, I guess I'm ready for it after the year that we've had. The flooding while Hershey was visiting Mo, um, the stress of dealing with an unsafe house and the mold. Hershey hasn't recovered. She lost, I would say, 90% of her clothing. Um, because her room got moldy. That was the room that got flooded from the upstairs neighbor. Um, I didn't know that the landlord was going to be a pissant and not uh, repair their property to make it livable. Um, and so I moved here mid March, or she moved to Florida. Um, and being in this side of town, it's a little closer to the grocery store. I can get a full charge on my electric cart and get to um, bank if I need to do any kind of banking. But it is a couple hour foray, an hour out and an hour back. And then they decided they don't want to take my temporary driver's license because it's out of date. Well, okay, enough
Okay.
about us. Enough about us. But it has been a stressful year, and
Thanks for
now,
holding it down there.
thank you for. Did you finish the whole read for her while off air?
Hey, I did. I
Okay.
did kind of rush through it, but we can pick it back up later, or even go somewhere different with it completely.
And Crystal is the last one on this list. And um, Crystal, your past, present, future. Ugh, how I hate to see that for you in your past. Because we have one of those painful cards in the deck. We have the Three of Swords. So our Three of Swords is that heartbreak card. It whatever was in your past, thank goodness it's in your past. But um, getting through those Three of Swords moments are not easy at all. Um, you know, a, a heart can a heart can be broken, but it still goes on beating. But it's broken nonetheless. So I have compassion and empathy for those people that have heartbreak in their lives. But let's put that in the past. Let's keep that in the past. Your current card is the Three of Wands. Now this three is a lot better than the last three because the Three of Wands is our card of wait until our ship comes in. Well, I want to tell you, don't wait for your ship to come in. You know, make sure your ship comes in. Keep, you know, call up China or wherever you're waiting for things to come in, even though we've got tariffs and it's going to be delayed. Be persistent. You know, it's it's your ship. Your ship should carry your dreams and your hopes in it. And we only have so much life to wait for those plans to come through. And sometimes our environment and things around us don't allow things to happen in a timely manner. So patience is also required at this time. But when you get to your future, we have our Page of Pentacles. So pages are our students. They learn lessons, and so you learn lessons about the material world. So whether you learn the lesson that keeping a fully material world is kind of an American thing to do. We can't do what our parents or our grandparents did because, you know, in their time they could keep one income households. Now it takes three income households just to make it through. But those previous generations were able to buy a house, able to have one parent stay home as a caregiver and, do the child rearing and, take care of the household. Um, it doesn't matter which of the parents did that. But it's no longer, the American dream is no longer obtainable by most of America anymore. And it's a hard commentary on our country. As the rich get richer, we're edging out the middle class and making it a a class war. Whether you're a 1%er or one of the 99%er. More of us are 99%ers because it's just those very few that are the 1%ers, and they're not struggling from paycheck to paycheck, and we're putting in 16-hour days just to pay the minimum of the bills and not have a lot left over for us. So I hope that that Page of Pentacles, that you can reach whatever material comfort lesson that page has to offer for you. And that's your past, present, future reading, Crystal.
So I've got two different things going on. So I actually have a lady coming in, and she's highly kind of intrusive. I am not a doctor. I just talk to ghosts, and ghosts talk to me, and they tell me things. I'm gonna need you to go and see a doctor, okay? I would say from the chest up area, nothing very much specific. There's no major like 9 alarm fires going on, but I definitely want you to go get that heart of yours checked out. The upper parts of us as women. It's paired with bell. Pay attention. Like I said, there could be some indications of something going on. Outside of that, your subconscious actually looks pretty good, but there is a little bit of you having a little bit of confusion about something going on with your growth, right? All of your shadow read outside of the message from a ghost that's on your team somewhere, it's a little cloudy, right? It's not cloudy because everything's meant to be like sun and rainbows, because I mean, come on, realistically, we know life ain't about sun and rainbows, right? But we do have to understand something, that we as a energy having a very fourth dimension human meat suit experience right now. Sometimes we have conflicts within ourselves, right? So there is one thing that they need you to understand. You got 9 of stars and Queen of Wands as your root base in your subconscious, right? So you have a gorgeous, elegant disposition about yourself coming in with this queen, right? The queen is paired with the 9 of stars or the 9 of pentacles. This is wonderful abundance, knowledge, everything, right? This is really good in your roots. Up at the top, you got this Knight of Cups coming in the reverse position. So this is that up in the head sometimes. This is where that cloudy kind of perception comes in sometimes, where we don't always think that maybe we don't deserve something, right? And by that, sometimes it's negative thinking, sometimes it's intentionally cutting us off from receiving something that is beneficial to us, right? So it's paired with 7 of swords, right? So this Prince Charming kind of energy that you have, you don't deserve bad energy. You don't deserve to be misled. You don't deserve to be connived, cheated, or manipulated in any shape, form, or fashion from any human, non-human, humanoid, no matter who they are, right? I don't care who they are. No one deserves that. So if you've got some of that going on in the top part of your head, causing a little bit of some cloud coverage and not understanding where you're going, so you're just kind of sitting still because it's so cloudy you can't really see your hand in front of your face, it's okay. Let the fog kind of clear. Give yourself a break for a while. Go give yourself a manicure, pedicure, or whatever. Just meditate, light a candle, make sure it smells good. Maybe have a glass of wine, but get yourself in a place of calm. Maybe make a doctor's appointment if you feel like it, but understand that you're actually in a good place in your roots. You're very confident. You're in a very strong place, but sometimes we do let that monkey mind kick in. So just relax that monkey mind just a little bit more and remove as much stress right now as you can. And that's what I've got for you.
Hershey, you're expecting a package on Saturday from Amazon
I what? I
by
what?
way of, she signed it Claudia, but it is Cat Mama Meows to drop in, and her
Oh,
kitty Bernie and Nino.
oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi,
And
my
Linda,
beautiful Linda. Eternal light. Hi, you beautiful souls. I love you, gems. I love you. I love you. All right. All right. Who
next
is
is
next?
Risa.
Risa. Our goddess, our one and only goddess. Okay.
Risa, you must be the queen of something because you got 2 queens in your past and present. So we start out with the Queen of Swords. You must have been very studious and very logical and pretty much unflappable because you had the presence of knowledge to gain knowledge by doing schoolwork or brain activities. So with the swords, I see a lot of logic. Maybe it's computers or something highly processed in steps. But it's very precision and detail oriented. Right now, you're present. We got the Queen of Pentacles, so you're stuck in that day to day, making a living, trying to make your surroundings and possessions up to snuff. Maybe you're looking at a new car purchase in the near future. Um, Fortunately, in this stage of life, that you've got um, the resources to do that. Your future. 7 of Cups. Your future allows you to think and get into those more um, fantastical things. Sometimes it can be confusing with that many cups to choose from. But I think by the time you get to your future, you'll know where the signposts are pointing, and you'll choose your cups uh, wisely and sit down with them and be emotionally satisfied. So that's what I have for you, Risa.
Whoa, like whoa, right? um did you give somebody you know the phrase when someone says just give them a rope they'll hang themselves? Do you know that phrase? Have you ever heard that phrase before? um yeah, I feel like you gave someone a rope because you didn't have proof that they may be shady or up to shady or possibly shady. And if anything else, you wanted to prove to yourself that you were just tripping and they didn't take the bait. But yeah, I think they took the bait. I think they took the bait. So anyway, you get rope in reverse, but it's trumped with stick and it's paired with crossroads. So this person is ultimately going to be being removed from your life, right? You're gonna just take your little stick and you're gonna wave them right out of your life because they're not deserving of you, right? They're a little too close to home too, right? Because home is showing up in the reverse. And for this to be in the reverse, it's also the reason that your garden is in reverse and that you're over here with these kind of pacifying things that are happening, right? So you have this whip and broom that I would hope would be in reverse, but it's not in reverse because you're not speaking clearly when you're speaking to this person. You're allowing them to think that they're really fooling you. Mm-mm. You're not about to do that. Mm-mm. You're going to stop all of that because you need to turn your garden and your house back around, and you need to be the one that's able to say, I pay the cost to be the boss up in here. And in order for you to do that, you need to be able to say that ain't got no skeletons in my closet. I'm transparent. Pandora's box is open. I ain't hiding a damn thing. I ain't got nothing in the bottom of that box but hope. So return to that peace of mind first and foremost. But understand that you gave them the rope. Now walk away because in this, you are holding the highest rank position in it. You used your own mind to understand that you could literally give them the rope. They wouldn't know what to do with it to begin with. They didn't even understand when you handed it to them. They just accepted it. They didn't know. Of course, they didn't know. They weren't looking for it. Because of it, you get judgment in the upright and wheel of fortune, and it's paired with king of coin and page of coin. So it's absolutely going to have the best outcome for you. There's not going to be any judgment for you or karma for you to pay back. It's not one of them things that's going to have a consequence because you didn't do it with malice in your heart. You loved this person. You cared about this person. You wouldn't think that this person would do this to you, but instead, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So you, because of it, are being paired with the energy of Eight of Swords in reverse, and it's also matched with 10 of Cups. There is going to be an abundance of flow for you for the other side of this. They're not going to deserve the person that you are going to become. They're not going to be worthy of knowing who you are going to be on the other side of this. Take it from one person that has been hurt more times than you can shake a stick at. When it comes to people that love to pretend to be your friend and all the time they just, want to take your place, so to speak, that kind of person is not sexy with their jealousy. It's almost obsession. So be very careful because you can outsmart them. You are the magician in this situation. So everything else looks really good. I don't see anything. Just remember that you gave them a rope for a reason. Don't be so forgiving, even when they prove to be the person that you didn't want them to be. And that's what I've got for you.
Thank you all for being here and listening to other people's reads, because um, if even if you didn't request a read, you might find somebody's read is for you. Um, and we support each other here. Magic is up next, and Magic, we have one of the many depictions of, I call her Lady Gaga, as the magician here. So I think that you were very adept with your tools, and you knew your wheelhouse at a very young age, and you might have been confused by them, but when you finally realized what path you were going down, that you took it seriously and you learned how to develop your gifts, which are your tools. So you know how to ground, you know how to be creative, you know how to deal with material things, and sleight of hand. When you need to be sneaky, you can be sneaky because nobody sees you pass the coin from one hand to the other. Just and You also know how to keep your emotions in check. The easiest way to show your cards is to wear your heart out on your sleeve, and you learned at a very young age how to control that, and not to to be stoic and not show a lot of emotion. You could have a great poker hand, and you kept a poker face with it. So that was your gift and strategy. Your present, you're on the same track. You're eight of wands, so you know what direction you're going, and you're going at it fast and heavy. You don't shoot your arrows without having a target in mind, and since you were the magician and you practiced with all your tools, you know just how far back to pull that bow every time to land that arrow in a tight group around that bullseye. So, you're spot on, sister. Um, and your future is the Four of Pentacles. Now I've got to come up with the traditional thing of Four of Pentacles, whatever.
Mr. Scrooge.
Five of Pentacles of Lost, Four of Pentacles. Boy, I can't see the Four of Pentacles in my mind.
Four of Pentacle is either greed or saving for a rainy day, isn't it?
Oh, the miser. Well, it's not the miser. Magic, you're not the miser. Um, it's I also call it my declutter card, because if you want to be the miser, you got to have a place to store the treasure trove. So I reframe that. You're not greedy for having the Four of Pentacles. You're wise, and you get rid of the ballast, the dead weight, and you clean up a place. So when you get your treasure, whether it be crystals or beautiful decks or um, sigil coins or whatever. You have a place that's beautiful to show them off. You you value the things that you saved and worked for. It is not greed. It is wisdom to take care of one's accumulation. And that's what I have for you, Magic with Moonlight. And thank you for letting us read for you.
Oh my god. My fingers, I regret fracking. Okay, I can't touch my screen anymore. So, if there is a new list, could you drop it real quick, Rossi? And if not, then we will just keep rocking out. Okay. All right. So, I was gonna touch a couple of different decks here, but I was actually told to keep it short and sweet. There's an obstacle ahead of you when I'm looking at the actual shadow part of this, right? So there is a mountain ahead of you. The mountain is the challenge. It's the obstacle. It's not going anywhere, right? This isn't one of them mountains that you can just climb it and think that you got the whole thing. This isn't one of them. It's not that easy. There's a trick to these kind of mountains. These kind of mountains are hellish. And when you're going through any kind of hell, the only thing I can tell you is keep going. Don't stop. Go through it. You cannot go over it. You cannot go under it. It's never going to let you reach the top when they're unclimbable. They're not meant for you to go over it. You can't just get over it sometimes. You can't just go under it. You can't always go around it. This is one of those obstacles where you're literally going to have to go through it. It's going to be hell, and it could be literally hell on wheels. And it could hurt because I do think that it is going to be literally, not only are you going to find a snake in your yard, it's not going to be a snake that is deceiving to you unless you don't understand what you're looking at. There is a snake in your backyard, but it's a black snake, and you want him to be in your backyard because he's going to eat the little mice that are running rampant in your fields, right? So if you remove him, this is an obstacle because maybe you're scared of him. But you're better off to find a way to learn to live with him, because without him, the mice are going to run rapid through your life, and they're going to take you for everything you got. They're going to eat you out of house and home. They're literally going to be the reason you don't have something, right? So the universe sent a black snake so that you don't have to worry about the problem so much, but you're going to have to work through some of these issues so that you can gain the strength that is needed to get on the other side of this. On the other side of this, however, you are paired with Sun. There is a child involved in this situation. Now, it could be your own child, a niece, a nephew, a friend that you encounter, a co-worker's child, a friend of yours child, your godchild. There is a child. It could be a joy child. Whatever it is, this child is going to help you learn how to truly see something for what it is, right? We can stop and see and walk past flowers and roses all day long, but until we actually stop, take time to smell them, take them in, feel their petals, smell the different beautiful rose scents that they have. They don't all smell the same, but you're not going to know that if you don't take some time and find out what it is that needs you to slow down. And you're going to do it by slowing down and literally smelling the roses and the flowers, so to speak. So slow down in a few aspects of your life where there is beauty. Take it in, celebrate it a whole lot more than what you're doing right now. But also get ready for something you're going to have to learn to work through, because in the long run, you gain so much more. But if you don't work through this, it's always going to be an obstacle and a mountain and a challenge that you'll never be able to get past. And that's what I've got for you. Good night, beautiful Risa.
We got two left, Rossi and Claudia Cat Mama. So
Alrighty.
Rossi, your past begins where a lot of pasts do. You start off with zero archetype, the Fool. So you've had a lot of beginnings, a lot of maybe a lot of false starts in your past, but you were never afraid to start something. Maybe the follow through wasn't always there, but as you went along each journey, you decided which journeys were of value, and you did stick with those journeys. Your present is the Knight of Wands. So right now in this stage, you are the smooth talking Romeo. You are ready to wine and dine someone and just show your full adoration for them. You're charismatic. You always put on a, a pleasant demeanor, and you dress smartly, and you know what to say and when to say it, and you know when to bat your eyes, and you know when to hold a hand and give someone comfort. So that comes with a lot of wisdom if you can do that. And I don't know if there's a possible interest in your life romantically, but you definitely have the capacity that a lot of human beings um, are looking for in a person. And your future is the Ten of Pentacles. So um, I I don't think you're building generational wealth. I think you're achieving wealth for yourself. I know of possible impending moves for you, and climbing up the career ladder. And you're still young enough where they're not where you're still valued by the companies that you work for, and won't be let go so they can pay somebody junior a less of a salary. So I think you're feathering your own nest. You're making your life comfortable for a later in life for you, and maybe you'll take on and be a patron for some up and comer. Maybe you'll give them mentorship, or help them go to college or have an education, or do something that maybe you wish that you would have done in the past. But I know what I know about you is you give freely, uh, and there are no strings attached. So good on you. That's a higher honor among humans, because uh, a lot of people, when they give, there's a condition put on it, and I've never seen that from you in the way that you behave. You are generous, 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 and thank you for keep being our list keeper and showing up with us week after week. Thank you, Rossi.
So I kind of want to work backwards on this one. I like going counterclockwise
going counterclockwise kind of stirs out the bullshit sometimes, that sometimes going with the flow allows to come in, right? So when we get a chance, sometimes I know I will always stir my coffee counterclockwise just to make sure I stirred all the BS out of it, right? Ain't no chance for something else to be up in there that ain't supposed to be up in there, right? When you do this, it gives the clouds time to roll away. It gives you time to see a little bit more of the bigger picture, right? So understand that sometimes when we have to learn lessons the hard way, we don't understand the anchor that is going to be found on the other side of this lesson. So we're starting with Cross, right? So in Lenormand, Cross is one of the heaviest cards in the deck. It's not usually favored very well because it comes with some pretty hard burdens and lessons. Could it be that something could challenge your spirituality? Maybe. Could be. Could be. Could be literal, but I don't think it is. I think it is literally one of them things that we just have got to accept. It is what it is, and we can't defend it anymore. We cannot make excuses for it anymore. It is what it is. In realizing that this cross is what it will always be a burden. It will always be heavy. It will always be your cross to bear, so to speak. We have to have those lessons in life. And once we truly accept them for what they are, we understand why it got paired with anchor. And anchor is something that we can carry with us and it can weight us down, but yet we can also pull it and we can move with it, and then we can put down anchor again at another pretty spot or another spot that's happy for us, because the anchor makes success happen because it forces us to be still, right? So gaining an anchor from understanding the lesson of your cross to bear makes it a little bit better for me when I get to go in here and say that you do have domestic happiness coming in, right? Domestic happiness could be a partnership, or it could literally just mean overall happiness with things that are going on in a world right now that maybe there's not a lot of happiness going on, right? So it's paired with bear for me, which is grandmother energy. So you've got the 7 coming in, and the 7 is the energy of 25. But when you pair 25 with the next card, it makes 25 and this 7 of spades, and actually a good one, because for the most part, this is dark clouds and heaviness, right? That's what you see going on right here. But if this bright light side is paired next to a male or female, it literally says that the clouds are rolling out. The storm is concluded, because here is your person paired on the side of the light of the card, right? So with that in mind, that female that you representate in the middle is you being the balance that's needed. Sometimes we do have to come in like a hurricane so that we can let everyone know what our boundaries are, what we will not tolerate or accept. But we're also going to clean up anything residual that's just laying around and it's just making everything just and cluttered and heavy and dirty and just debris. The storm cleans it up. I have been a Texas tornado a few times in my life, but the cleanup worth every bit of it, because I gained something, and I do feel like you're going to gain from this. Overall energy, like I said, is Lily. So you've got the father, grandfather energy, and grandmother energy, both anchoring you down while you deal with this burden that you must learn to accept. That's what I've got for you, babe.
And our final reading for tonight is Claudia Cat Mama Meow Dewdrop in,
Yay.
and she's been a long-term host for her familiars Bernie and Nino. So wherever there
Yesterday
are
was
cat,
your birthday. Happy belated birthday.
wherever cat familiars are, there's good energy. So, Cat Mama, your past was the Emperor, and our Emperor, um, he can sort of remind you of it's my way or the highway. It's the FIFO. It's the FIFO inventory system. Sit in or fuck off.
No.
So there's been some harshness in the past for you, and I'm glad that's in the past for you. Um, your your presence, you are the Queen of Wands. You have passion. You can speak your mind. You can have a little bit of a harsh tongue at times, but it's not unnecessarily harsh. Sometimes you need to call people out on their BS and tell it like it is. Be like Hershey. Don't be afraid. Don't sugarcoat anything to help the medicine go down. Just tell them they got to take the medicine because they fucked up and they didn't take care of themselves, their body. And your future is the King of Swords. So I think that become a little more analytical and thoughtful, and you you know that you're the authority, um, but you don't have to lord it over people. Um, yeah, just you're coming into your season. Um, whereas as your past was all about someone else being the authority, now you're the authority of your own life, and several several others that lean on you for advice and direction. So that's what I have for your past, present, future, Claudia. Thank you for letting me read for you, and thank you for blessing Hershey. Um, Blessings on you and Bernie and Nino. Yeah, you can be the king of you. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but still though. Okay. All right, so there is a there is a challenge going on, right? So this four of challenge is we all like to get together. We all like to have a good time, and for the most part, the four of swords when it's in the upright, I mean the four of wands when it's in the upright, it is about that celebration, that party, that good time, right? But it doesn't always have to be heavy when it's in the challenge position. Maybe it's just you got friends that like to party, but you don't have friends that like to help you clean up afterwards. They like setting up, they like shopping and getting everything ready, and they like being there, and they sure got their plate ready when the food is ready and the drink is ready and they're ready to go. But then as soon as it's done and over with, they're ready to go. They're not always there to help you clean it up. so to speak, right? Doesn't mean that they're also not there for you when it's time to go to battle or go to war. But again, when it comes to that cleanup position, I feel like this one individual is going to be a lesson for you. This one individual is very young and very, very, very immature. You get a page of moon and a page of wands for the energy of this individual that doesn't want to help you be part of the cleanup crew, right? They want to be the crew member and the chief leader of every single thing except the cleanup crew, so to speak. This person is very immature. They are very naive. They do not seem to want to grow up when it comes to one particular thing. Now, I'm saying the cleanup crew, but this could be for me, and I'll speak for myself, immaturities with money. I suck when it comes to money. I am so immature. I am so immature. And I am sure my roommates get so sick of my immaturity. I have got to learn to grow the fuck up. And that's just me being real honest, real quick. Sometimes we have to take that ownership. I do believe that this is not necessarily yours because both of them were sideways when they came out. So I don't think it's directly you, but I do think that it is somebody that is in your immediate life. And I do believe that you could also, because all of this fell on top of the Tower and the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords has made a whole bunch of appearances tonight because there's a whole lot of people defending things that don't need to be defended. You don't need to take the weapons from anybody. They're not going to be used against you, and you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to see yourself having to have the high ground at all times. You don't always have to be the one that is always ready. Sometimes you could be the one that could be stopping this person from what ultimately is this. Could this tower be for you? Man, yeah, because you keep interfering. Sometimes when we interfere, we catch shit too. You can't always play with dogs and animals, and even if they're on flea treatment, not think that you might not still get bit by a flea. Yeah, it might die, but you still might get bit. So you need to pay attention just to a little bit more of when someone around you maybe needs to grow up, including probably me too. I'm just saying it because it resonated with me that way. But find where it fits in your life and see if there is someone in your life just a little bit that is needing to grow up a little bit and maybe just take a little half step back from that situation and that individual and see if it doesn't, for one, open their eyes to what is actually going on, but also gives you a clear shot to show the universe, okay, I'm no longer Captain Savaho. I can't be the crutch, but I am going to be part of their cleanup crew because I believe in them. And because of that, it can give them an opportunity to see what it's like to be on that side that needs that kind of help. And you're going to be able to show them. And then because of it, that reach one, teach one moment can happen there. And it could ultimately mold them and help them become much stronger and a much better person because sometimes we can't always save them, but we can offer to help clean it up once they're willing to start doing some of the work themselves. That's what I've got for you. Hi, beautiful Jane.
Do you
Ooh.
got one more reading in you? Linda De Gonzalez came in a little too late, but she would like a reading if we got time.
Did Rossi have the list closed already?
She did, but Linda popped in after that.
Sure. Oh, this is not favoritism, but it's only because Brother Thomas asked. But for the most part, yeah, no. Usually, once the list is closed, it's closed, y'all. But yeah, bro, we'll do it for you. We'll do it for you. And we love you, Linda. Please don't take it personal. Please, please, please. But the team drains me and they limit me to 10 for a reason. So Please,
Yeah, we
no, it is
we did
absolutely not you. It's not you at all, and timing
we
sucks
did
for all of us.
9. This will be 10.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why they're like, "Yes, go ahead." So we're absolutely gonna do it.
Okay, so Linda, 4 of Wands, you're past. You got that stability celebration thing going on for you, and so I think you had a strong foundation as a younger person. You had people that were looking out for your best interests, and you knew when to be an advocate for yourself. When times got tough, you would um, defend yourself. Your present, we have the Eight of Cups, which we all know is walking away from something that does not serve you. So I think that right now you're in a time of assessment and you're looking at things around you because you don't have um, time to beat a dead horse. You know when to give something up when the cause is fruitless, when you know um, you can't drag it along anymore and put more effort in it because we've only got so much energy, and if we burn the candle at both ends, we're not serving ourselves and we're not serving our fellow man. And you can't be there for Wanda. Um, your future, we've got the Two of Wands, so you are going to be making plans. So you you don't give up. You definitely have drive in you. You um, think things out logically. You don't. Uh, I think you live. I think you live your life on lists in the future. And if it's not on your list, you don't have time for it, and you pass it by. So that's what I have for your past, present, and future, Linda. And thank you for being here. Good night, Jane.
So, good night, beautiful Jane. So I actually got 3 different things going on over here, right? So they want me to kind of start like at the center, and at the center we have the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, right? So that 7 of Wands and that 7 of Swords has just showed up almost every single read tonight, right? But it's because that subconscious is never really talking. It's always showing up and repeating pattern after pattern after pattern. That's that subconscious voice. It shows up with synchronicities, patterns, numbers. It doesn't have a voice until we give it a voice, right? So, this 5 of sword energy, right? This constant conflict again, right? Making sure that you got to hit the bullseye every time. That is just way too much damn pressure to put on anybody and I mean, period, right? So if you are constantly putting yourself under that kind of pressure to always hit the bullseye, I want you to intentionally miss and never shoot for the bullseye. Not never, ever, 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 ever again. You can't live by a list. You can't live by a clock. You can't live by a calendar. You can't do that. That's not what living is about. It never has, nor will it ever be that way. When I looked at the other cards, when I really wanted to see what was going on, I picked up the Cartomancy deck, and the Cartomancy deck said that when in proximity, and I had to stop because it's not that card it wanted me to focus on, right? So, this Two of Hearts coming over here representing the energy excuse me, of fortune, that fortune is only to a degree because the 7 of clubs is right up underneath it. Ugh. So this literally represents a spirit guide. I know. One of them teachers, one of them hierophants, one of them mentors, one of them guides of ours is seriously trying to get your attention about something, right? So, because this is laying up underneath the 7 of clubs, because it's laying up under the 2 of hearts, for me, that is telling me that this is on the spirit side of things. This is the afterlife, another realm, another parallel, somewhere in another time, in another walk, there is something, and it is quite urgent because it is paired with moon and fire. So it's not going anywhere, even if you have the illuminated light of the day and you can't see the moon anymore. Trust they're going to light a fire up under you to get you to understand that this is something that you need to understand. If you're being led to be forced to live by a calendar or a clock or anything where you're always checking to make sure you're on time, they're going to make it quite difficult for you to hit the bullseye for a while until you understand that you are literally going up against yourself. You're only in competition with yourself. So I think you need to slow down just a little bit. You need to remove those distractions. You got 2 of stars coming over here, which would be 2 of pentacles. It's coming in the reverse position, which means that you're giving into the distractions instead of understanding that you can juggle more things. You just have to figure out how to get rid of the distractions. Had it been in the upright position, that would have told me that it being paired with this queen of stars is saying that you are doing it, but instead you're in your queen energy, but you are allowing some of the distractions to maybe cause you to not juggle as proficiently and as excellently as you can because you're too busy looking at the distractions, talking to the distractions, and not focusing on whatever it is that they are urgently trying to get you to know that it's for you to master this, not this. So I just say slow down just a little bit and take your watch off, turn your phone face down, don't look at a calendar, and just unplug for a little while and just, I don't know, breathe in some good ass prana and unplug. That's the best word I can say. Just unplug, babe. That's what I've got for you.
I want to thank everyone who requested readings from us tonight. It is my pleasure to read for you. That shows me that you trust me, and especially if you come back, I know that I didn't hurt your feelings at all. Rossi, thank you for being list keeper and moderator tonight. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you.
Always, always, always. My beautiful gems. I love you guys so much. Oh my God. You know, you guys mean everything to me. Some days I can't even make it through my day without jumping on here and just saying hi to you guys because you guys are going to do so much more with lifting and helping me keep those good vibes and my hope cup always full. So anytime you ever need me, for the most part, you guys know I'm only a phone call away or a message away, an email away. I love you guys. To any and everyone that donated right now, or if you're going to watch in the future and something really resonated with you and you want to bless one of us, we thank you then, and we will thank you when we receive it, whether it's a personal donation or a channel donation. Hanging out with us tonight, let us know that we meant something and you got to know a little bit about us, and we get to know a little bit about you. We love you guys, and just know that we will be here and we will see you on the next either pop up, unboxing, over here, over there, but definitely for sure, I'll see you right here for sure on Friday. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Good night,
Remember to
everybody.
be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and go out and make it a great night. Bye, all.
Good night.